safe.
Yeah. So I'm recording now, Sha. So
Thank you.
let's say I'm running as this person.
Okay.
So let's just remove this. And if I click on this now, this is your normal Paystack checkout now, right? Normal
Okay.
Paystack checkout. You want to pay 5K. Confirm. Right. Sweet. But then if I want to know if this was paid or not, right? If it was
Okay.
successful
Yeah.
or not, I will have to
Yeah.
use the verified transaction API, right?
Okay.
Remember, should you remember now?
Yeah.
I have to use
Yeah. Sure.
the verified transaction API and get whatever. Like when on page load now, I'll have
Yeah.
to use the verified transaction API. So let's look at the reference. I think this is the reference J8C, Abby. So
Yeah.
it starts with
JTW.
yeah, it starts with J8C. So yeah, see that I have my Paystack reference here now.
Okay.
And if you check my
Okay.
workflow, you see that I'm not using um it's I'm not using this one. I'm just using only this one. And I'm getting and I'm verifying my transaction without using the verified transaction API.
That's perfect. And
Yeah.
you didn't create any of the
You see that
verify stuff.
I'm not even
You
telling it
did.
to go to another page or something. Sure you get.
Yeah.
You know that in that my tutorial now, you have to go to
Yes.
another page and that page then on page load you now verify transaction. Sure you get.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
but this one I'm not verifying transaction this time around.
Mm.
So what you do is first thing you have to be on a paid plan.
Yeah.
Then you go to your settings and go to API. Then you check enable workflow API and backend workflows. So you get.
Okay.
So Bob will now give you this. This is your application API endpoint.
API.
So this time around, it's like you are the one that has the API now. It's not Paystack API now. What you want is that you want Paystack to be able to talk to your own API too. You want both of your APIs to be able to talk to each other. Sure you get.
Okay.
So that's what you want to do. You want both of your APIs to be able to talk to it. So this is your own API now. You see that if I put this thing now on, for example, if I copy this thing now, I don't know. Let me see. Okay, I'm not bringing on anything, but if I'm not giving it anything to show though, but if I open it, it should give me yeah, it should give me not found or something because there's no I'm not sending anything to it. I'm not you see that I did not
Okay.
check anything. If I checked maybe items
Yes.
or keywords or user, it will be able to show all those fields there. Well, that's by the way, sha. Now, what I will now do is that I've enabled backend workflows, right? I'll now go back to my
Okay.
workflow. I'll go to backend workflows. This backend workflows here, when you enable it, it comes down here. It shows here.
Okay.
So go to your backend workflow. You see, when you get to backend workflow, you see that there's no front end again. You can't see front end in backend workflows. So
Okay. Okay.
you are in the backend now. Anything that happens here must happen in the backend. So
Okay.
it's not working in the front end. It's not working on your browser. It just works behind. So you get so
Okay.
now what I will now do is that like this is what we want to do. Right. This is just what we want to do. But before we do that, let's do it again. Let's do it again for so you know that we are using the initialize transaction API, right? So
Yes.
let's say we want this workflow to be what we just want this workflow to do is to like verify our transaction. So you get
Okay. Okay.
so we can call it let's just call it transaction, right? So make sure these ones are checked. It can be run without authentication and it should ignore privacy rules.
Okay.
Then manual definition. You tell it to detect request data.
Okay.
So you get, make sure that's checked. Then you click on detect data. Then it gives you an API endpoint. Now that's what it does. This gives you an API endpoint. You carry this API endpoint now, you copy it. See that it has been copied now, right?
Yes.
So
Yes.
what you now do is that you go to Paystack. Where's my? Okay, let me just go here. I think I should be logged in. So you go to Paystack, and then you now go to, where's that developer place again? I've forgotten.
But
I think it's, is it in settings? Yeah, it's in settings. So you go to
okay.
you go to API and webhooks now. There you go.
Webhooks.
So now you don't actually need this one, but you now go to your webhooks now. What you now do is that what you copied there the other time.
Okay. Yes.
This one.
Yes.
You now go here. You go here now. You now paste it here. Right? So
Okay.
save changes. What you're doing now is that you're telling Paystack that you are giving Paystack your API, that Paystack should be able to talk to your API now. Right? So
Okay.
you see that nothing is happening here yet. So the thing you now do is that you now go to your front end. You have to do a test one first, so you get to initialize it. So I'm going to do a test transaction now. So once I click this, I will go to Paystack again. So once I go to Paystack now, Paystack is already getting, the moment I press this now and I go to Paystack, Paystack is already getting data from my API and I pay. I'm just going to do a first payment now, right? It's already getting it. So yeah, you see that something changed. That's why this thing is like this. You notice that, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
So if I go back here, see. You see now, that means it has gotten data from Paystack.
Yes.
So this got data back from Paystack. So it's giving me ID, status of the transaction, the reference number, the amount. So you can get all these things back from Paystack now. So I'm going to save this, and I'm going to tell it that maybe you now tell it what you want to do, make changes to things, right? So
Okay.
like maybe current user now, you want to now change their, you can now have their payments, whatever you want to put there. You see that I have Paystack gateway response now. I want to know if it's a success or something. So you get.
Yes.
So I'll now put Paystack gateway success. I'll now put now if you want to get data from that thing, so you say request data. That means the data you requested, right? So you want to get the status of the request data. So that's just what happens. But now, before you start doing any transaction, you have to go back to your Paystack, right? And go here. Now go here. You see this initialize that you have here? You can see now, this initialize here.
Yeah.
You delete it. You remove the initialize because you are not initializing again. You just want this one to work perfectly now. you want to be using it now. So you get. So you now go back to your bubble app. So you want current users this to do this, and maybe you want their, let's create a new field. So we're just doing rubbish here, but I hope you understand. So we want the customer name now to be whatever, maybe um, the we can find whatever we want here. We don't have customer first name and last name from the transaction, but we have customer email. I'm just telling you that you can anything you want
Yeah.
to get now, you can now get it. So you get. So we want to change this customer name now to the email of that person. So if we go back now, right? So you see that this person doesn't have any customer name right now, right?
Yes.
Doesn't have a customer name. So if I now go back now that I've initialized everything and set everything up, so the moment I press this now, I go to a transaction, I check out, and I have success. So you get, and then success, it's come back. And if I go back here, if I refresh data now, wait, I don't think it's working yet though. Oh, I think I have two things that are contradicting each other. Okay, you see that the Paystack gateway is success.
Gateway.
Let me
Yes.
see. Yeah. Okay. I know why. I have two workflows from Paystack. So you get.
Okay.
So you get. So this one is working too. So let me just delete this. Let me see. That's Stripe. So let's try to do another one. Hopefully we don't have to set the thing up again. So okay now you go back here now. Refresh data. Not working yet. Not working. Something's wrong. I think I'll have to do that thing again because of that double thing that I had before. I don't have any Paystack here. Okay. Let's do it again.
Okay.
So first thing, we're going to detect data, right?
Yes.
So once we detect data, we're going to copy this. We're going to go to Paystack. We're going to paste this. And we're going to save changes. Right.
Is it going to be the same thing as the test callback URL?
Huh?
Or the test callback URL? The test callback URL, is it different
from what? This callback
from
URL.
This workflow?
This callback URL, it won't work for that workflow. That workflow adds its own callback URL that you have to set yourself. So you get, so that it's there, so that if you are using it in different places, so you get. Imagine if you are using it in your own page now and you are using it in somewhere else. If you have just one callback URL, it won't make sense now.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
That's true.
Yeah. So we've set that up now. We'll now go here to initialize the transaction. So if we initialize our transaction now, and now go back here. That means we already got all these ones now. So we can save this, and then we want to make changes to a thing. So we want to make changes to current user. Oh, I get. Now, what you have to understand, very, 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 very important, is that backend workflows
Okay.
does not understand current user. Do you know why?
Okay. Why?
Because it's a backend workflow. It's something that occurs in the back end. So whether the user is logged in or is on their browser at that particular time or not, it's happening. So you get.
Okay.
So it's like I'm saying that if there's a transaction, verify the transaction for me. So now this person now, this backend workflow now will not even know what a current user is, because a current user has to be a user that is using the app at that particular moment. That's what current user means, right?
Okay, yeah.
You get. So current user has to be in the front end at that particular something, at that particular time to work. But when it comes to backend workflow, it's something that can happen anytime. You can tell it to happen next year. You can tell it to happen in 5 days time. So you get. So now, if it's happening and you are setting it to current user, who is the current user in that situation? He doesn't know now. So you get.
Yeah.
So what you have to do is say things to change. You say do a search for user, right?
Okay.
So you add the constraints, right? So email equals to now get request data. That means the email that is in that request.
Yes.
So you get customer's email. Remember?
Yeah.
So you now do this. You now say, you can say first item or last item because it's just one thing.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying now?
Yes.
You know that you just have one. It's just one thing. So you now say you want the customer name now to change to whatever, to the, let's say we want the customer name to change to the email. So you get. Okay. And then we want the gateway response now to be request data's gateway response. You can do gateway response or you can do status. So you get. Both will come out as success or successful. So now that we've done that, we now go back to Paystack. Don't forget that remove that initialize that you had there. So save that. Then we've done this. We do this one now. Then do this again. Now we have success and we are paying. So our reference is PBQ, right?
Yes.
So if we go back to data now, and we refresh data. Yeah. So we didn't set Paystack reference in that something, but you see that this thing works now.
Perfect.
It works perfectly. If to say we set you see that we didn't set Paystack reference.
Yes.
If we had set Paystack reference, the reference would have changed to PBQ. So you get.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. So we didn't set that one, but you see that it works perfectly now. We have the name,
customer,
we have the we have the Paystack reference without doing any verify transaction to another page. So that thing works in the back end.
Wow.
So it just works in the back end by itself. You don't need to be doing anything. So if someone pays now, you don't have to go and verify it yourself anytime. So
Mm-hmm.
you can just get the data from here. So and
That's cool.
you can actually get a lot of data if you look at it, because you can get the reference, you can get the amount, you can get the day it was paid at. So you can get all these things. So without using another API endpoint.
Making points. That's nice, man. Two things.
Okay.
I can I can make payment with my bubble credits. I
Yeah.
love that. And about this is cool.
Yeah.
This is cool.
And it
I appreciate that.
goes a long way. You can do it with this for Stripe now. This for Stripe. But once you just get the once you just get how this work now, you can do it for any other thing. So instead of you to
Okay.
be like doing calling different APIs, calling every time, you can just use
Oh,
webhooks, and you don't have to be doing
oh,
a lot of front end. You know that one that we were doing before. It's a lot of things. You have to do state. You have to store the reference somewhere. Then use the reference now
yes.
to now use it as a. I think we were using it as a state or something. I will even forget.
Yes.
Use the reference, then
Yes.
call the reference, then now use the reference now to now get if it's successful on another page. You see this one now, we don't even need to do anything.
Anything at all.
So
It all works in the back end.
yeah,
That's cool.
it all works in the back end, and it will make your app faster.
Mm.
Yeah.
Nice. 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 Nice.
Mm.
Something slick. I appreciate that. You made